Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you very much for being here. And also welcome to my Sun Sign Love series I started. Basically for new and returning, welcome always. And thank you for your support. You know who you are. And I take two sun signs and I talk a little bit about each sun sign for the day. And then I do your astrology and oracle divination, and my insight and intuition comes through under four major categories. And yeah, so what I'm doing is I went around the astrology wheel once so far. This is the mid-month readings now as I go around a second time. And so I know the first sign, going in order. I did Taurus yesterday, and today the first sign will be Gemini, and then I'm going to randomly pick the sun sign connection, love connection. And that's going to be Aries. Oh, that's interesting. That's not a real common one, but there's definitely potential and possibilities for this. So let us move on with that. And that's what I love about this. I mean, the combinations are almost limitless. And so I just like to share with you how I find there's a connection for the specific sun signs. And it'll be for today, July 15th, and then, like I said, the remainder of the month, the actual reading. And so I'll talk a little bit about each sign. The first one is Gemini. And I happened to do Taurus yesterday, and their connection was Gemini. So here we are again. But basically, Gemini is an air sign. Now, the air element is very much about movement and expression and thought and intellect and expansion of the mind, and always wanting to learn, always wanting to know more, express more. Generally always about thought versus emotion when it comes to the air signs. So when you have Gemini, you have a air sign that is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury actually rules communication and commerce, and the things that are important, like movement and connection and so forth. Transportation, yes. We just had Mercury retrograde, and it went forward on the 12th, and so that's been beautiful for everybody, but also people specifically like Gemini that are ruled by that planet, because it really kind of put delays and definite constraints on communication. There were a lot of misunderstandings, I think, at that time that happened. And life goes on, but you have to recheck everything twice for sure. Now, the sign of Gemini is a mutable sign, so that really means that they are very capable of adapting in all situations. And I have known many Geminis, and that's exactly true for the ones that I've met. They can get along with anybody. They can strike up a conversation anywhere about pretty much anything and know it. They love to communicate. They love to express. They love to write. They love to teach. Many people I've known are teachers that are Gemini. They are the duality sign, which represents the twins. They can see both sides of circumstances, but they also want more than one pretty much of everything. And that includes jobs, hobbies, friends, and they have a lot of friends. All walks of life. That's that mutable part where they just adapt, and they are friendly, and they are persuasive, and they're very quick-witted, so they make you laugh, and they're fun. I mean, who doesn't want to be around that kind of energy? That air part of it is just the constant movement and changing that has to happen. And as I explained other times with Gemini, the air is what we need to build and fill our lungs and to express, right? And to bring it out to the world, and to, just be able to really work on our words and the way to be able to connect. It's a foreplay for Gemini in relationships. If they can have a juicy conversation, they feel fulfilled. And they do get a little bit restless with people that are, a little slower. You gotta be quick. You can see their eyes moving and they're like thinking of the next subject already. They have a tendency to not particularly like monotony. And they don't really like routine. They like the things to be changed up a bit. So yeah, you'll find them changing work when they get to a place where they've already reached a certain apex or topping or whatever, and then like, okay, on to the next. But just really, really good people, fun, intelligent. I mean, yeah, you can learn a lot, you can laugh a lot, and enjoy the company of a Gemini very much. And then we have the sign of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is the leader. Aries is the cardinal sign. They start the seasons, and Aries starts spring. Aries is this new kind of impulsive fire sign, is the element. And they're just about making it happen. Don't necessarily want to wait. They're not about being held back. They're not about, mundane situations either. They're the inventors. They are the creators. They are fun. They are fiery. They have temperament sometimes that you just blow up, and then they just come back and they're just like, oh, what was I mad about? I'm not really quite sure. They're creative, but they're also very confident. They are wanting to help. They have a huge heart. They're fun. They're passionate. They are, what are they? So you've got, Aries is a masculine duality, and the Gemini is a feminine. And so that's kind of a cool combination between the two. But the thing I love about these two is that, we've got this passion that's going, and it kind of keeps that loving, beautiful energy of the air, which is what Gemini is, and fire, just kind of moving and kind of keeping each other stoked like you would a fire. I always like to use that analogy, excuse me. Air and fire elements are very, very good for each other. They just kind of keep each other active, and they keep it alive, just like a fire would be when you add the air to it. They have the same interest in wanting to start new things, wanting to achieve, wanting to be good at what they do. I forgot to mention there's a lot of luck a lot of times with Gemini. They just have to be careful as far as financially, I should say. But, they can blow through it really quickly. And I think maybe the Aries in this would be the one that say, okay, I enjoy a good time too, but let's kind of keep it at a minimum, and let's be structured a little more about it. I think that can happen. I feel like Aries are very good when it comes to money, comes to, their jobs. They're usually entrepreneurials a lot of times. They're usually in charge of their job. They can start new, beautiful, philanthropic kind of things that would really, really be attractive to the Gemini. There's this fiery passion and this fun, loving Gemini, and the air is just kind of keeping it moving, and I just love this. I mean, I've spoken a lot about these signs also earlier, but I like to keep something a little bit new for each of them. Aries is ruled by Mars, so you've got that, once again, that energy, that innate energy, which kind of has to keep, they have to release it. And a lot of times with Aries, as with other fire signs, they want to exercise and keep that going. It's the best thing for them, so it doesn't get bottled up, and then they do blow up, like I mentioned. They are impulsive. So are Gemini in some ways. You love each other for that. You can be like, oh, thank God, it's not just me, right? You got to have those similarities, even if it's not the best thing for ourselves. But you got to have that feeling of some sense of understanding, at the root value. But overall, I think it's just mainly the attraction is just fun and adventure and desire to start doing new things and not stay stuck in any one way. I feel like Aries are equally as capable of having communication, and love that part of Gemini, because they will always be stimulated to perk their minds and their interests and learn from each other, from their love, from their devotion, because both of them can be extremely devoted, as long as they're not bored. You got to keep those, both of them have to be kind of feeling that attention is always being given. They do like that attention. They like that feeling of security with their loved one, and they're trusting, and they're independent. So both of them are definitely independent. So they can be doing their own thing in the relationship and feeling confident about, about that. Whereas not everybody can do that. This is two signs that I think really work well with that. But this is good. This is a beautiful connection, whether it be friends, family that those two signs, love, whatever. This is a beautiful, optimistically good relationship. So let us find out what your specific energies are for today and moving forward. And remember that this doesn't necessarily have to be felt right away. And also, I always like to put the disclaimer out, this is just the sun sign. And the sun sign is, yes, very important. It is a 12th of who we are. It is the month we're born, the day we're born. The sun is our energy. It's our ego. It's our motivation and our desires. It's how we want people to see us, the things we love. It's just a 12th of who we are, though. You know, you're many different signs. And as time goes on and you're interested, you will love to delve deeper into it, specifically when it has to do with your love connection. So this is one reason you can definitely be getting along, but if you're really getting along, it has a lot to do with the moon, rising, Venus, and Mercury signs specifically out of the 12. Those, 4 or 5 signs? Or planets will tell you everything you need to know about how this relationship is going to go. So it's really amazing, and it's just been proven over and over again. It's not a coincidence anymore, my friends. These are the real deal. So I love it, and I love to share with you what I know. So this one wanted to come out. So we're doing it under 4 major categories, and I also have my beautiful oracle messages and divinations of message that need to come to the 2 of you specifically. Remembering, like I was starting to say, that energies are not like regular time and energy that we feel. It comes when it needs to. It's divinely guided. And it's there for us when we're feeling it and we want to receive it. We have free will at all times. And so, loving what I'm seeing so far. And, okay. So then, I also definitely love to do the foundation, which is the catalyst card, if you will, to the moment at this, leading to this moment, I should say. And you have the Hermit. This has been a repeat card for a lot of people. This is the major arcana. Now, the Hermit is a wise sage. It is an older person, older spirit guide, our higher power. Our deep understanding and our intuition of knowing that we're guided, knowing the right way to go, knowing the path. This is the sign represented of Virgo, which is the earth sign, the grounded, just, stabilizing ourselves, retreating, giving ourselves time to really feel what it is we need to do moving forward. We've had huge transformational planetary aspects happening. In addition to everything else that's been going on, it's quite remarkable how incredibly resilient we are in this beautiful human form that our spirits become a part of. We've had so many retrograde planets. Now we have the more personal ones that really affect us: Venus, Mercury, and Mars forward. So a lot of the delays that a lot of us have been feeling, and will continue to for a little while longer, Mercury specifically, the communication, which has affected Gemini and a lot of the air signs. We're all about the mind and being able to communicate, and our thoughts and reach and connect with people. That was delayed. That was really affecting us, and that's gone forward. So this is beautiful news. And then you had Venus go forward, which was in Gemini. So Gemini, you should definitely be feeling a stronger pull. And that's what I'm seeing in your cards, which I'll tell you, with your relationship now. There were some difficulties. We all have been going through them. Harshness. People were feeling more sensitive. We've been in Cancer season. That's an emotional time. That is a water sign. All water signs, all water energies affect us deeply. We affect how we feel about our caring, about our heart, about the people we want so dearly in our lives that we may have lost or that have been hurt or not feeling well. Huge emotion, and healing at the same time, because things are changing, things are getting better, things are starting to evolve. And then we had the 3 eclipses. That's a lot. There's a lot, and they tell a story, and they will tell it. That the last one was July 5th. That was in Capricorn, kind of full moon, culminating everything, keeping it down to earth, you know, not so what's going on, what, you know, confliction, confusion, kind of really permanent, making things permanent as far as the way we need to go. So going back to the Hermit, that's what's been going on. You've been really, really taking the time because you really haven't been able to do too much more going forward. Even if you're working, there's still been a stifling and a restriction going on. And just really making those beautiful choices for yourselves in this relationship, in your own life, to better your relationship, because the two wholes, of course, make the best relationships. Yeah. So the first category, though, is the category of overall energy for today and then moving forward, okay? And you have the Fool. And boy, that is just, well, that's the first major arcana. That is the idea that the whole aspect of the tarot and all of the cards within represent our journey. The moment we come into this life, our spirit, our connection with all, you know, the purity that all I'm willing to do and whatever it takes, and I'm going to believe in my journey, and it's going to lead me to exactly where I need to go, regardless of the transitions and the obstacles and all the variances and things that absolutely do come in our lives. You start out full of hope and free of spirit, and that's basically where you are again. You've had the Hermit. You've had the time to be very much introspective, which is what happens in retrogrades with all the planets that were going backwards, so we could go inward, so we could be reviewing and renewing and reestablishing and restructuring. And now it's all about starting over, all about that newness. And the new moon in Cancer on the 20th is absolutely going to be relative to this. And once again, that's about our emotions, our love, and how we give to others, how we receive. Beautiful energy, just that absolute belief in yourselves, but also in the constant support that is there for us, should we want to take it in. So I love that. And then the next category is under the possible blessings or obstacles, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So bam, it's on. I don't know what's going on. There's too many people. It's too general. But whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune, it means the wheel is turning, as it does continuously in our lives, you know, from good to bad, from bad to good, from fate and karmic situations, things we had from past lives either that have brought us to this life and have kept us moving forward, for lessons, for improvement, for, you know, emerging and building upon ourselves in beautiful ways and with our relationships. And that's your blessing. Good things are coming. And I know it's been hard, and I know a lot of us have thought, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm dealing with Aries and Gemini, so no, they are very optimistic. They believe, and they're going to come back up fighting and swinging and whatever it takes to know that it's going to be better. And it is going to be better. And obviously you've been doing your work, because, and in fact, I think a lot of you have been working through this. And I appreciate you so very much for doing that. I have not been able to, would love to be, but not considered essential as a massage therapist. Congratulations to you for your efforts, and it's deeply and truly appreciated and felt by myself and many people, and you need to hear that. And I'm happy to mention it to you. So this is gorgeous. This is work, you know, and being rewarded basically for everything you've put forth. And knowing that good times are coming. They really are. We have a lot of changes to do. We need to make changes, of course. But it's going to be for the best. We just have to be patient, right? The next category is under the category of love. And you have the... I'm sorry, I'm trying to see. I'm always trying to believe that I have better vision sometimes. The King of Swords. Whew! This is powerful, man. This is the maturity in the relationship. This is truth. This is love. This is air. Once again, the swords. this isn't fooling around, man. You're in it to win it. And the Gemini is really coming through, but also Libra or Aquarian. So, you know, you may have people in your family that you're really feeling specifically close to right now or missing, quite frankly, you know, and you just really want to have that communication going. You know how you are, Gemini. You got to speak. You got to be able to connect. It just makes you thrive, you know. That Aries is standing behind you, you know. There's that support going there. And so the love is strong. And it's true and it's real and it's just and it's fair and it's balanced. And this is beautiful, beautiful positive energy coming through. You know, not a lot of mincing of words about it, but it is true, and it's moving forward in a beautiful way. I love that. This is a serious kind of card in that regard, because it really represents the importance of the communication of your love and speaking to each other that way and keeping that communication line open. But you've already done that. You've been there and you're feeling really, really content with that, which I've always said, in my own personal opinion, that relationships are amazing. They have so much to show us, so much we can learn from them on so many different levels. And some people are really content, certainly maybe even at your first couple of experiences in relationships where sexually it's amazing and, you know, they're awesome to look at and all those kind of things. You know, our hormones go crazy, hormones. And then there's a point when you're like, you know, that's wonderful, but I really want to be able to speak and communicate and have this beautiful connection with words that we can understand and really feel that spark of just understanding in that regard, and that's what's going on. So yeah, that's important to you too, very much so. And the next category is under the category of finances. I think a lot of us have been talking about it. It may not be affecting you, but I think everybody thinks about it regardless, if it's good, bad, or otherwise. It's a part of our everyday life. It's something we need to consider. You know, it is an energy. And you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you've had some losses in emotional ways with money. You've been maybe feeling let down. And guess what? That's like behind you. So this is like a past energy. And like I said, with all of the variances that have been happening and the retrogrades and a bunch of communications that were confusing and so forth about money, perhaps, because it is under that category, no, you're totally turning away from that. You're not going with it. That's all past. You see great inspiration and you have visions of what the money will be and how you will continue to create that and manifest it. You're not feeling stifled anymore. The wand represents the fire and the determination to see that you create and, like I said, manifest intangible results, physical form, all the things you've worked for, and you're not going to let the delays or the possible letdowns with that affect you anymore. Your back is turned to that. These are past issues. I always like to see that, because we all want to feel secure that way. We need to survive with money. You know, it is not the root of all evil in my mind. It is an energy that we can think of in any way we choose. But the more you believe there's enough, the more you believe that there, you know, you could be completely financially free, that will occur for you. That's part of the next, you know, messages that come through, just to give us more guidance and clarity on that. I think we all need that, and how we think is so vital to what we receive in our life. Beautiful, beautiful energy. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which I believe has a lot to do with money as well. Communication is beautiful. It's mature. It's grown. I don't care if it's a brand new connection you have or one that's been there for a long time and you've known this person or whatever forever. It keeps building and it gets stronger and the communication gets better, because you got to work with these things when you're with somebody, right? There's a love kind of communication, I'm trying to say. I'm a little bit lost with words, sorry. But yeah, just the way that we relate to each other on a love level. People express themselves differently, so working on that is so essential. And so the next card I have is under the, I've changed these up for the beginning of the month, but they are my very, very special oracle divinations to share with you the beautiful insight into life, into the possibilities. I'm not sure which one to do. I feel like I need to do this one though. And it is called the Relaxed Deck. It's like a mantra for you to kind of go with and to think about during the times when we have the, what was it? Oh my gosh. My mind is so, it's going a little nutty. It'll come to me. I'm sorry. Your foundation. Yeah, when we want to kind of really take time for ourselves and just be still, that inner guide, will definitely help us. And so these cards really kind of just sit with that mode, when we're more still. And the next one is the category of the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And that is just basically just beautiful, once again, information for overall outward, inward, and everywhere kind of energy and guidance. And then last but not least, the beautiful Healing with the Angels by Doreen Virtue. Just the last kind of beautiful message. And the Hermit was the word I was trying to say. When we're in hermit mode and we're more internalizing and, taking time to be still is when these beautiful Relaxed Deck messages really, really resonate. Yes, okay. Absolutely love this. A lot of the readings have been beautiful because I know for myself, I feel energies. I want to, I ask for that. And I could feel the changes happening. And I'm hearing about it, of course, things are slowly opening up in the world. But this is an energy that you can't mistake. And it just is all about moving forward, moving forward. And it feels beautiful. So you have the finding balance, so important in our lives. It is never easy to create a healthy balance in our lives when there are so many factors to juggle, such as work and leisure, the needs of our partner, and the demands of our children. One of the most effective ways to restore equilibrium is to make a list prioritizing our various activities. In your mind, load the different parts of your life onto the scales until you see them balance. Then resolve to maintain that balance in everyday life. In this way, we can devote time to others and set aside a few minutes for ourselves. Well, that is so, so true. And I would absolutely concur with that. And it's not always easy, right? But we need to find that balance. And a relationship is part of that whole balance. It's essential, And it just can't be easy a lot of times. So take that time, kind of do that mental scale in your mind, put what in work and chill and my time and whatever, and just always try to hopefully balance that out for the betterment of all, right? So I love that. That's a gorgeous message. Those are the scales. Didn't really see that at first. And the feathers, that's angelic guidance. And then the next card, like I said, is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. You have the Gaia's Garden, Mother Gaia or Mother Earth. Fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow. We mentioned that earlier. Just, you've been waiting, but now this beautiful Wheel of Fortune is just coming forth and saying, okay, this is for all the time you have had to wait, all the delays you have had to experience. And I absolutely love it. So you have, and it's number 18, 1 and 8 becomes a 9, and that's the end of one cycle into the new. It's just so synchronistic. The readings are phenomenal. I love that about the mystical part of my life and yours. So let me read to you from the book. Gaia's Garden. Alrighty, let's see here. How far along? 24. Nope, went way too far. All right, so Gaia's Garden. In Gaia's Garden, you have everything you need to make your dreams come true. There is no shortage of anything, and you're constantly reminding of the law of supply. Gaia is the infinite spirit manifest in all tangible things. She represents the abundance of nature. When she comes to you as your ally, she invites you to partake in all the blessings of life. There will always be enough for everyone. Success comes to you from the fruits of your intentions, and all is well with the world as a result. This is also a sign to remind you to give thanks and maintain an attitude of humility and gratitude as your greatest good now manifests for you. Gaia's gifts are sweeter when you share them with others. And you know what? All signs are capable of that, but Gemini and Aries absolutely give. You continue to give. You're very, very caring, and sharing is not an issue for you whatsoever. So you're feeling it, you're recognizing it, and please let me know. Comment, do whatever you can to show me what's coming in, because it's overdue for a lot of you, and it's here for you. So I love people expressing to me their experiences. And last but not least, with your beautiful healing with the angels, you have celebration, because good things are coming, man. And it ties it up in a beautiful little knot, right? A little bow, just to kind of just really seal the deal on this beautiful reading. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful energies, beautiful possibilities. You know, still kind of working through, just kind of slowly moving through. Doesn't have to be speedy, speedy, fast. If you get an opportunity, now is the time to take a little vacay, you know, together. You know, staycay where it's not that far. You can't travel that much necessarily, but yeah, it's all about that. And just wishing you beautiful, whole, restored energy. And if you did like this, please do support my channel by pushing that like and that notification bell, and comment, do whatever you'd like. I love the interaction. That's why I do this channel, and without you it doesn't even really work. So thank you very much again. Take extremely good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye for now.